So, Elaine.
Yeah.
I got this message from Northcaster last night. Well, first it started off as me posting an Ultraman picture as usual, weekly, and he asked me an honest question of just have I ever not liked an Ultraman show?
Well,
which I told him my least favorite, but then he actually asked me. He's like, no, like, is there a show that you legitimately hate? I'm like, no, there isn't. I actually thought about it. There's not been an Ultraman show that I have despised in the lengths of such as like Kyuranger or Kamen Rider X-Aid.
I think you're biased towards Ultraman there.
Either that or the content's just that good.
Well, I guess we'll find out. Schwa the roll call!
Greetings, everyone's, and welcome to Kaiju Sentai Ultraranger, the podcast where we talk about Ultraman's past, present, future, Godzilla, and all Kaiju in between. As always, I am your host, Ultra Yellow Caster Gar.
I'm your co-host, Ultra Pink Caster Lane. I'd probably say my least favorite Ultraman series is Ginga. Ginga was pretty bad.
Ginga you can't be mad at because Subaru only had $20 to their name.
$20.
$20!
Well, we're in sync now with that. I just didn't care for it. I didn't even enjoy Ginga S that much, so I'd probably say my least favorite is Ginga S. If I had to pick one.
But there's none that you just legitimately hate.
Oh no, there aren't any Ultraman series that like I hate because like loved Orb, loved G, like a shit ton. Rube, like despite some flaws it had, like the movie showed that it's actually a pretty good series if you just think about the smaller things. Tiga's been enjoyable.
Yeah.
Ultraman's been a ride, but a very fun, interesting ride.
Gonna take for a ride.
And Tiga's been pretty good.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
You just have Gridman in the corner being like,
Hey ho.
what?
Hey ho.
Am I a joke to you?
Oh, that's Gridman.
Oh yeah, so speaking of which, today we are actually not talking about Ultraman.
No, because we did talk about 2 episodes.
Yeah, because we talked about 2 episodes of Ultraman last time.
Yeah, so we don't want to fuck up our even numbers for Tiga and Ultraman.
Yeah, so we decided we're not going to talk about Ultraman this week. We were going to do 3 episodes of Tiga and an episode of Tiga, but that's a lot.
Yeah.
That's a lot of Tiga.
So next week we're going to do like a 3-part Tiga special.
Yeah. So, we're talking about 2 episodes of Tiga, and we're also talking about 2 episodes of Denkou, Choujin, Gridman. So we kind of pushed it up a bit.
Because funny thing, I asked Tiga, I was like, oh, what episode of Tiga are we on? And he's like, oh, 28. I was like, okay. So we watched 28. Then we went back to see what episode we actually talked about, like, last time.
We talked about episode 26. So
yeah.
So we almost skipped episode 27.
So then we were just like, fuck it, we'll talk about both episodes.
It's like, well, we got time. We can watch the other episode.
Yeah. God, that would have fucked up our entire, like...
Well, it wouldn't have screwed up anything. It's just next time we would have talked about the actual 27th episode.
This is 27.2.
No, it comes before, so it would be 27. This one would have been 27.2.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we got some news.
Yeah.
As always, because you can't have Ultraranger without news.
Yeah.
We always find news. Even when you think there is no news, there's always news. But, yeah, our first news story, which is kind of questionably debatable. So, Ultra Q and Ultraman are now streaming on Amazon Prime Video. However, when we looked it up, they were nowhere in sight.
Yeah, because, like, I recently, like, did a trial of Amazon Prime, but then I forgot to cancel it after I ordered a few things with it. So I accidentally paid for a full year of all of Amazon Prime. So now I just have Amazon Prime Video, so I'm like, fuck it. But yeah, we searched up it today, and we didn't find it.
Yeah, which is odd, but I think it's probably because it's according to this description, both shows are available on Amazon streaming service for $2 per episode or $30 for the whole series in the US.
Yeah, because like
So it's probably just in the States.
yeah, but we have Amazons. So if you want to watch Amazons,
Oh, yeah.
Amazon Prime.
Yeah, we have Kamen Rider Amazons, which apparently over here is called Amazon Riders. Why not just call it Kamen Rider Amazons?
Yeah, that's weird.
And then we also questioned, wait, wasn't Ultraman Orb the Origin Saga supposed to come over here too?
Yeah, that's probably the US.
Maybe.
Or maybe it's just Japan, I don't know. There's this picture of Ultraman hanging out with his girl buddy, Red King.
Yeah, the first time they ever hung out.
Man, take a look at them. It's like, hey, take a picture.
Just Photoshop a bottle in Ultraman's hand. Add like some red outlines on his face.
But no, that's...
Change the scenery to like outside of a bar.
I think that's kind of really stupid that, like, you're already paying for a whole year of Amazon Prime.
Which is $90.
Yeah, and so you're expected to pay an extra $30 if you want to watch Ultraman or Ultra Q. That's kind of lame.
I mean, at that point, you might as well just buy the box set.
Buy the Blu-rays.
Yeah, because it's like chances are if you buy it on like streaming wise, it's probably just a limited time thing. It's like a rental type of thing.
Yeah, exactly. Like once you start, you have like 48 hours to watch it before it goes away.
Yeah, like YouTube movies.
Yeah.
Which I found out YouTube movies aren't even in high quality.
Nope.
Like someone was reviewing the movie 9, you know, like the Ragdoll movie 9, in which he acknowledged, he's like, this movie's actually kind of hard to find nowadays. And you can watch it on YouTube, like you have to buy it, but it's not even full quality. It's not even 1080. It's like not even 720.
Oh, it's like 480p.
Yeah.
Ugh.
And this movie came out in 2009.
That's terrible.
That movie's 10 years old now.
But yeah, so if you want to go get it, but just honestly buy the Blu-rays.
Just buy a physical copy.
Yeah, buy a physical copy. Support Mill Creek.
Which they're not released on DVD, aren't they?
No,
it's just Blu.
Just Blu-ray. Well, it's because that's all everyone has nowadays, right? Like,
Yeah,
no
true.
one has DVDs anymore.
If anything, probably next year, I would actually like to save up some money to get a 4K system.
And, but like 4K TV to
like I would still buy Blu-rays, but just to have like a 4K TV in case it's like I have like a very favorite movie and I get it on 4K.
Yeah. So cool, I guess. Not really.
Yeah.
It's kind of unfair that you have to pay for something that you're already paying for.
Well, maybe it's just in the States you can get it for free.
Maybe.
Anyways, maybe I'll get Ultra Q sometime later.
Yeah, we'd be very interested to talk about Ultra Q.
Ultra Q I would definitely like to talk about. Especially if it's like the more bizarre type of thing.
Yeah, which I'd like to think it would be.
I mean, heck, maybe in 2021 for the franchise's 55th anniversary, we'll just throughout the entire year we'll just talk about Ultra Q stuff, like the original Dark Fantasy and Neo Ultra Q, because they're not that long shows.
No.
Like I think first one's 28. Dark Fantasy's 24 and Neo Ultra Q's like 13 episodes.
Oh yeah.
Alrighty.
Next.
So the home of the Kaijus. We talked about this a few episodes back. I don't remember when. But at the Tokyo Dome City event this week, they released a little event for Home of the Kaijus, which is, it's the picture book. You remember that, right? Like the Jurassic Park thing, but with Kaijus.
Yeah.
Apparently, actress Moga Mogami was there, in which she was Android. I almost said Android 18.
Android 01 or whatever.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, really? Her from X, right?
Yeah.
Oh, sweet. Hot chick. Hot robot.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
The event was held on November 7th with the Ultraman Ginga S actors alongside aliens Bolton, Data, Pigmon, and Mephiles. Mana. Android Mana.
Oh, okay. Good old Mephiles.
Yeah. Mogami, who played Mana in the 2014 series, said she found this event to be enjoyable and thrilling, and hope people can come out and see all the cute monster merchandise. Yeah, like, the more that I think about it, the more you realize, I feel like Tsuburaya cares a lot more about, like, their monsters than Toei does. Because Toei's like, okay, monster's done, bye.
Yeah.
Where Tsuburaya's like, no, look how, like, first off, look how each kaiju is very distinct from one another.
Yeah. Well, also, it's just another thing of, like, you know, it's not just about Ultraman, it's also about the Kaijus, because there's, like, you know, there's fandom who love the Ultraman, and then there's fandom who love the Kaijus. So, and then, like, you know, people cry over these things. Like, you see, like, if Pigmon all of a sudden just, like, toppled over and died, like, we'd be sad. We'd be like, no.
Like, Tsuburaya, the Tsuburaya YouTube channel released a video announcing their next archive, like, Blu-ray 4K release, in which it's the first Bolton episode of Ultraman, which I believe they did a teaser for that, which they asked the public, like, do you know about Alien Bolton? It's like, oh. Like, everyone remembers him because of the laugh and the claws.
Yeah.
So it's like, Ultraman does have, like, a very...
Yeah, like the Bolton looks like he's going to cut the road.
Oh.
No, that's awesome.
There's some merchandise.
Yeah.
I believe this is a pouch.
You got some
marshmallow candies with kaijus on them.
Yep.
Red King, Ella King, Pigmon. Some sort of...
Pigmon plushie.
Oh, it's Muku.
Muku.
Never heard of him. Kind of looks like a knockoff of Stitch.
I thought it was a koala bear.
It looks like that as well. It looks cool. You mind looking him up quickly?
Yeah. Let's see.
Oh, Jamila t-shirt.
Oh, no.
No, you too can be a deformed astronaut from space.
That's awful.
That sounded more funnier in my head. There's also an Ella King shirt.
Oh, Jesus Christ. There's Muku.
It looks adorable. Oh, there it is too.
It's from a show called Fireman.
Oh! Do you remember Glenfire? Yeah, that's who Glenfire is based on.
Oh, okay. Jesus Christ. Fucking eyes on that thing. Alright.
Oh yeah, you see Pigmon in the background, you see Ella King. Biolante, I think. Well, look, just giant flower. Totally not Biolante. Oh yeah, Red King's tail. Cool.
Anyways, good for Mana. I'm glad she's having fun with it.
The event will run through until January 26, 2020 at the Tokyo Dome City Gallery Amo, which is AAMO. Tickets are available starting at 1,900 yen for adults and 1,000 yen for small children. So that's like, what, 20 bucks to get in?
Yeah, roughly.
That's fair. I wonder what it's like. Maybe it's like an audiobook. Where's Kaijus there? You know, that's one thing I would love to ask. Ask, like, suit actors. What's it like playing the monster?
Probably really exhausting.
Yeah, because it's, like, more heavy duty.
Yeah.
Like, monster design. I feel sorry for the person in the Pigmon suit. Because either they got a very short person, or someone's crouching in that suit.
No, they probably got a short person.
Yeah. Alright, next news story. So, the Ultra Galaxy Fight New Generation Heroes Blu-ray DVD information has come out.
Cool.
So, it'll be coming out February 27th, 2020. The Blu-ray will be 3,800 yen, while the DVD is 1,800 yen. Okay, so it'll be like 40 bucks. Yeah. But not only that, apparently there will be a director's cut of the miniseries. The director's cut will include scenes, of course, not seen in the YouTube version. Unfortunately, this will not have English subtitles, but it's most likely because we'll probably get it later in the year. Probably. You know what? That's one thing I kind of hope with the more recent stuff. Mill Creek kind of like instantly like releases it.
Mm-hmm.
Like same year.
Yeah.
Like maybe like if the show starts in July and then ends in December, maybe have it come out in like March or something. Like,
yeah, maybe.
Like here you go, Justin. Like here it is, and then when the movie comes out, you know, wait until like the end of the year, be like, here's the movie. Because now I'm wondering, should we wait? Because like we want to do a special about this, but now I'm just thinking, should we just wait for the director's cut?
I think we should watch the director's cut.
Because like my mentality is, if there is a director's cut, then I'm going to watch what was intended to be in the special.
Yeah. Plus, I want to watch this thing in its entirety. So
instead of watching it like in parts.
Yeah. Because I feel like this was meant to be watched as a whole.
Mm-hmm. I'm currently watching it in parts, in which it's all right. What else is there? Apparently, there will be a commentary with director Koichi Sakamoto.
Cool.
And on November 14th, the director's cut will premiere at an event near Shinjuku. Piccadilly?
Yeah, Piccadilly on November 14th, and we'll have a talk event featuring director Koichi Sakamoto. The event will also feature the appearance of Ultraman Reboot, Ultraman X Darkness, and G Darkness.
Cool.
Cool.
I would like to get a reboot vinyl. And yes, it is reboot. Just I'm so used to saying like reboot.
Yeah.
I like how he's been added into it, just being like he's like the unofficial member of the new generation heroes.
Yeah.
Hey, who are you?
Malaysia's Ultraman, bitch.
Are you official? It depends on who you're talking to. Alrighty. We got a quick toy news. So there is a premium Bandai set for the Super Action Ultraman Tiga series, or for Ultraman Tiga, and it includes, if I can make the image bigger, which I can't. Oh, there we go. It'll include Ultraman Tiga Sky Type and Power Type, Melba, Godzilla, and 3 statues of the Ultraman that were in the pyramid. One of which is Tiga, and the other 2 being the 2 that were broken.
Yeah, unfortunately.
And the funniest part is that these figures can actually fall apart, but there's no image of it.
That's cool.
Because like you can see the cracks in them, so like where they can actually fall apart.
It'd be cool if we made like a what if series. It's like, oh, what if Daigo got one of the other 2 Ultraman instead of Tiga?
I just want to know if they had names.
I'd like to think they did.
You know what I think they are? I want to say they're prototype designs.
Yeah,
like,
they just decided to use them. Nah, that's cool though.
The figures look good. Like Melba and Godzilla look really good. Like, ooh. I like these 2. And the Tiga forms look good. Now, a Tiga multi-type came in a 3-pack with Dinah and Gaia.
Yeah.
And then there's the Ghoul set that we talked about recently. So yeah, the set will be going for 6,600 yen.
Yeah, it's still probably around like $80.
And it'll be coming out March 31st, 2020.
Alright.
Oh my goodness. I think we're like entering a new decade.
Yeah, 2020. I've actually been always looking forward to 2020 since I was like a little kid. Like when I was like 10, when 2000 came, I was like, oh, I can't wait to see what 2020 is gonna be like. So that would be a bit more futuristic, but
But there would be more flying cars.
Kind of, yeah. And just like kind of more cooler stuff. I mean, there is cool stuff.
Like there is cool stuff. It just kind of sucks that the
Earth... It feels like we've stayed the way we are for like 40, 50 years. It's just technology has gotten better.
Pretty much. It's just we've been stagnant.
Yeah.
All right, and we have one last news story.
So they got the announcement of the Figma of Akane from SSSS Gridman, and holy shit, does she come with a lot of stuff.
Yeah, she
like,
has.
Like, we thought Rika came with like a decent amount of stuff, but no. Like, we go down.
Like, so much.
So she has like
here
we go. So not only does she come with herself, but she comes with herself without stockings on. So you just can have her like bare leg and bare feet. And then she comes with a body part where you can have her like sitting down cross-legged on her chair, computer chair. And then she has like a headpiece where has headphones on. She comes with
glasses when she's sculpting. Like her
fucking box knife that she used to stab what's his face with. Can't remember his name for the life of me. It's been too long.
Yuta.
Yeah, Yuta. Stabbed Yuta with. Model of a kaiju. I think the wallet thing, the card thing that Eureka gave her?
I think so. Let me see if there's a higher image of it. It's the purse that
Rika gives her.
Yeah.
And then the best part, I think, is she comes with a computer desk and a computer monitor that has a picture of Alexis on it.
And the best part is that you can move the Alexis laptop or like a computer tower anywhere.
The only thing that's missing is just like 100 bags of garbage.
Well, you can just do that yourself.
Yeah, it's true. But no, you know what? I gotta say, like, even though I didn't like Akane that much as a character, I gotta say the Figma of her is pretty impressive with all the accessories. So, way to, like, go full ham on, like, her character's figure.
Right. And that doesn't even include all the extra hands that the standard Figmas come with.
Yeah.
But, you know what I'm just thinking? Man, how cool would it be if I just take that shelf, like, just take her desk there, wait for the Marvel Legends Stan Lee figure, just put him there, have him read a comic.
Excelsior! Yeah, that's coming out soon, Stanley figure.
Yeah, and I have one. I have one saved.
Nice.
I also have the Fantastic Four waves saved.
Oh, the new one, yeah. Those suits look nice.
Which I'm getting them for a seal as well.
John Krasinski is freaking Reed. Richards, put Jim as Reed. That'd be awesome.
The entire internet's been saying that for a few years now.
But yeah, no, this is really impressive for figure. So, well done. And then if you look at the bottom, there's Rika. She's looking as hot as ever. Oh, too far down.
Yeah, sorry. I'm just trying to see if there's a release date or pricing. Did we already talk about that?
July 2020.
Oh, okay, yeah, July 2020.
No, we only found out that it was being made.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, cutter knife.
So you gotta remember though, between Akane and Rika, is that Rika had like the legs, like the chubby legs and the ass, and then Akane had the more busty chest line. So
I would like to rewatch SSS Gridman again. No, you know what I would like to do? Marathon the entire show in one day.
Oh fuck!
It's doable. It's only 13 episodes.
I don't think I could do that, but just I wouldn't have the motivation enough to.
You know what? I may do it with the dub. Just so I can say I've seen the dub.
Oh, I mean, your funeral. We've listened to it. It's not that great.
Oh, hey, how's it going?
No way.
No way.
So that's really cool. Good job, Akane.
Excuse me. I think that's it for news.
It. All right.
So let's
go on to Tiga. So episode 27, I have seen Obiko. So this is kind of like one of those like Japanese myth things again.
But I think this one was handled more well than the last time we did it.
With the samurai dude. And
the huge samurai
kaiju in the mountain, whatever.
This one feels more, shockingly enough, grounded to Earth. Where the last one, where it was kind of like the thing was buried underground, but it felt so far-fetched.
Yeah. So basically the premise of this episode was there's this like kind of like ethical demon dude called Obiko, and he has like this shadow symbiote thing that lives in this pot that he has, but he pretends to be like a noodle cart vendor. Mm-hmm. So he just goes around preying on people who like I think the whole premise was like he was part of this old village that he used to really, really love being in, and then like the town built over it because, you know, times changed over time.
Yeah.
And so I think he was just trying to like get the village to be back the way it was, so he'd like kill or like scare away anyone who was not of that village.
He would scare them away, and he was also just trying to... I want to say he was... Best way to describe it is like he's trying to like make sure he is still acknowledged in like modern
and be
day.
Remembered. Yeah. So like that's why like, and so like this guy like finds out about him, and then he gets sucked into the pot, but then gets rejected, and then he gets found in the middle of the road by this like taxi driver, and like his hair's all white because you know like the
I've seen things so scary
make you
turn
hair
white.
turn white. Yeah.
No, it was make you turn white.
Oh yeah. So then yeah, so this guy, and interesting, the guy who plays Obiko was Shoichiro Akahoshi, who played Commander Black in episode 22 of Ultraman Orb. So he was like that coffee shop bartender.
Yeah, he was the coffee shop owner with the alien Nova.
Yeah. So it was cool seeing him like kind of not in his prime, I'd say, but like just
it's
younger.
Nice. It's nice to see that
like 19 years prior.
Subaraya does the same thing as like what Warner Brothers does with DC characters. Just bring an old actor back to play another character.
Mm-hmm. So like Guts hears about the legend, and they're like, okay, well we gotta go investigate this because like people are getting like scared, and like we need to figure this out. So pretty much just the whole episode is just Obiko just fucking with them, like having fun with them. At one point, like he's like following Shinjo, and Shinjo just like turns around and starts like waving his flashlight, like and Obiko's like fuckers, and so like they start chasing him around, and then like they realize that like he's sensitive to light, he doesn't like the daylight and stuff like that, and like they tried to find him in like a photo booth, but it printed out some photos, and then it had photos of him like being like it's blinding, and then
oh my goodness.
Huh?
Okay, this is a very obscure reference I'm thinking of.
Okay.
But you know who he kind of reminds me of a bit?
Who?
Did you ever see the Barney live show at Radio City Music Hall in New York?
No.
So it was released on like VHS and such.
Okay.
And there was a character named, I think it was not Onceler, Trickster or something. I can't remember. Name will be on the screen. But it just, that's what it reminds me of a bit. Hang on, I am looking this up. I'm sorry.
It's okay. So yeah, like they're running around trying to find him, and like they're getting frustrated, and then like the people in the town are starting to panic. They visit like this priest guy, and he's like, well, like things haven't been used to how they used to be since like the old village got torn down, and now like you know. It's just gotten too busy and lively around here, and like soon they're building this new like center or whatever like that. It's gonna get even more busier, and like it's gonna interrupt like how I live. And so like they're going around asking about Obiko and stuff, and then like the
Winkster.
Okay. So then the townspeople are like upset and everything, but then Shinjo just tells them it's like the guy's all right, he's alive, he's not dead, like.
I heard he has a pot on his head. Is that true? Just Hori's looking at like these two kids, and I'm just thinking of the scene from the Fantastic Four movie when Thing's looking at the two kids like, "Don't smoke.
Don't do drugs.
Yeah, don't do drugs." His entire body's made of rock. How bad does it look? You know, I used to smoke.
So eventually they find Obiko, and he's just like, he's deranged, he's hysterical, like he's like keeps thinking he sees the village. He's like, oh, there's the lookout tower that used to be over there, and like, oh, and so like they
That's
find
where the cherry blossoms used to be.
like, yeah, the lilac like fields, and so like they find out that like the shadow that's with him, like it's connected to this well that's in the town as well, and so. Like, he's being trippy, and they're, like, chasing him down, and then, like, he disappears, and then they find him again. And then he's just, like, upset, and they're trying to, like, tell him, it's just like, dude, like, your village is gone. Like, it's not there anymore. And he's like, oh, but it must be remembered. And then he just gets, like, upset, and he turns into a kaiju.
Yeah, he turns into, like, a yokai form.
It's called the Okiboshi.
Yeah. Or, like, that's his full name, but
yeah.
he's just known as the Obiko for short.
Yeah. So then they all split up. Daigo turns into Tiga.
Tiga time.
Yeah, and then he starts fighting him and stuff, but like he kind of doesn't want to fight him because like he knows, so he just want to hurt him. But then like it's one of those moments where like he like throws a shot at him, and then like Okibo or Obiko like pretends to like charge up an attack, but then he just takes the blast. Because I think because there's a shot where he's looking over where the village used to be, but then realizes it's not there anymore, and he just kind of accepted the fact that like
he accepted it into his mind that what he used to know is no longer there.
Mm-hmm. And even Tiga's like stunned at what like they took the blast, and then like he like goes to the ground, he like falls over dead,
and like Tiga kind of lifts him up a bit.
Just like kind of, he's with him with his last moments and just kind of like puts him to rest.
And then he and Tiga kind of disappear somewhere together.
Well, I don't think of that. I think it's he disappeared, but then Tiga just dehenching like at the same time. So,
like you know, tokusatsu logic numbers, whatever. When you die, you don't just stay on the ground dead. You turn into particles and you vanish.
Yeah.
Unless you're Kaito from a freaking guy where you're just dead on the ground, freaking like a few steps away.
Impaled by his own fucking weapon.
Oh, the irony of that.
Yeah.
Doesn't that split?
He died by a banana.
He died by a banana.
He did.
I am a banana!
Yeah, so like overall, like I thought this was a pretty cool episode. It was very trippy at times, and like it had a fun villain character. So we'll say he was very fun, very expressive, very like like very trickster.
I wouldn't even say he's a villain. I would just call him the kind of like the antagonist of the episode.
He was the antagonist, yeah.
Like he didn't really mean anyone harm. He was just
trying to be known. Like,
yeah.
Remember me. Remember me.
Remember
I will. So yeah, so that was episode 27. Like, I mean, if we did miss it, I don't think it would have been too much of a loss. I'm glad we did.
Yeah. But yeah, and then we have episode 28, One Vanishing Moment.
And this was a weird episode because I felt like we missed context on something.
This felt like a two-parter, and this was part 2.
Yeah, because like it just starts with like them fighting this thing, and apparently like it's a race of aliens called like critters.
Apparently it's like the shell beast, Jobaraya.
And it's called like they call it the critter.
But they just call it critters.
Yeah. So apparently there's like more than one of them, and they're like nesting somewhere, and so they're trying to like they have like a formulated plan of like how to get rid of them and stuff. And like there's conflict within the Guts team because like Reina thinks like, oh, we should just try to figure out where they are and then stop them at the source so that they don't like do anything. But then like Yazumi.
Holy shit! Did you remember his name?
Yeah, it's almost as if they kept just like saying his name a lot and showing it. Hell, I remember there was a shot where it's just him standing with his back turned towards the camera, and there's his name, Yazumi, right on the back of the suit, and I'm like, oh, it's Yazumi. So our thumbnail for this episode is just going to be that shot of Yazumi standing like with his back to the camera, and then just that shot of like that meme shot of Will Smith kind of like pointing with his arms, going like this. So yeah, there you go, everyone. Remember Yasumi's name. He was a fucking dickbag this episode. He's very immature and very, like, reckless, and he argued with Reina, going like, no, we have to fucking kill all these things. Like, you know, if we kill all of them, then, like, they won't be a threat. And Reina's like, no, we have to research, find out, like, exploit them, find out what their weaknesses are, like, find them at the source. And so, like, yeah, Reina and Yasumi have an argument, and then, like, Daigo chases after Reina, and Reina's just like, well, do you agree with me? And Daigo's like, yeah, I agree with you. And he just goes, why do you think Tiga fights for us? And he's like, I'm not Tiga. I don't know what you're talking about. Totally not Tiga, Reina. I didn't ask if you were Tiga. Not Tiga!
Daigo, all I asked you was, how was your day?
I'm not Tiga! I'm not Tiga! He's shouting it from the face. Everyone's like, what the fuck?
Guys, I think Daigo's Tiga.
Also, we got this weird, like, shot from, like, the ceiling downwards onto the, like, the conference table.
Yeah, it's, aerial point of view.
Yeah.
But
which, at one point, Shinjo stands up to, like, kind of, like, complain about something, but he's clearly looking up at the camera while he's saying it. And I'm like, Shinjo, you didn't have to look at the camera.
I'm just expecting Lunette the clown to end up on their table and do her clock stretches.
Hey, who made this? Hey, who made this big mess? Me? Oh, I did, didn't I? Time for the 10-second
big mess?
Just Tiga.
Tiga? I guess he did, didn't he?
Well, time for the 10-second Tiga clean. Just have like a fast forward through a fight.
Gridman? I guess he did, didn't he? Alright, time for the 10-second tidy. Healing beam.
Revival beam. Revive beam. Oh, that'd be great. So yeah, so they like they go full on, like they have like new vehicles and they have the Ardesi on and the Gutswings on standby.
Oh yeah, because the space amoebas are coming back.
Yeah, like the fucking clouds with like the little like hey, laughing creatures. Like they're all like around the world in clouds. I didn't even realize that they were the focus of the episode. I missed that.
I think it was just the fact that, like, you know, we're halfway through the show, and they're like, the cast is constantly fighting monsters, so they're now starting to think of the big question of, is this normal now? Like, are monsters just gonna keep showing up?
Yeah, who knows?
Like, is this our lives now?
And then, like, Daigo goes into a thing where it's just like, it's like, oh, humans and, like, kaiju should coexist. And I'm like, oh, thanks, Daichi. And Reina's like, yeah. And Daigo actually says something, like, a really cool line, like, something interesting. He's like, I don't think it's our job to protect humanity, but it's our job to protect Earth entirely. And I was like, yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Because, like, Ultraman, he doesn't protect the people. He protects all life.
He protects all life on Earth that is endangered of, like, creatures.
Yeah. And, like, it's cute that you actually see some, like, you can kind of see the chemistry between Reina and Daigo starting to really blossom.
I believe ever since that two-parter, they've been starting to chit-chat a bit more since then.
Yeah, and, like, they're always sitting beside each other, and...
She was a boy. He was a boy. She was a girl. I couldn't make it any more obvious.
What? So
I love Aperol.
So then, like, Yasumi, they have like they try to attack one of the critter nests, and like they get their asses fucking kicked. People are like dead.
People are dying left and right.
And Yasumi, like, he went out on the field for like the first time for like real.
Yeah, because there was no one else that could go out with him. And
he got a bit of like just war shock, like shell shock. He was like he was hiding behind a vehicle, and he was just like, he was so afraid he couldn't do anything. And then he like looked over after the battle was done and just saw all this like death and destruction, all these tanks blown up, and like so many people are fucking dead. Like, and just like you could see all in his face that he was so shocked by it.
Because he's always been safe at the base.
Yeah, he's just been the guy behind the computer just looking up information whenever they needed it.
Yeah, he's never really experienced this in person of like this. Like this is what they do almost every time when they fight a kaiju.
Yeah,
it's like,
and it like really affected his attitude. So like when he's getting patched up by Shinjo's sister, he's
Mayumi.
Yeah, he's just kind of a dick.
Which I have a feeling that's a relationship.
Oh, well, at the end of the episode, yeah. Like, the fact that it ended on them, like, holding each other's hands, like, that was proof enough. Which is nice, because, you know, her last boyfriend kind of died on a plane and got sucked into a cloud.
By the space amoebas.
But no,
I'm not even sure if those are their real names. I've just been calling them the space amoebas.
So, like, Mayumi, like, she, like, kind of, like, talks to him, down to him like a kid, and then, like, he's like, well, what the fuck do you know? Like, and, like, it's kind of complains to her, and she gets mad, leaves, and he's just like, man, just because you're a couple years older than me doesn't mean you know more than me. I do. You can treat me like a kid.
But I think I understand what she's going through. Because Yasumi, from what we understand, is kind of like an only child. Mayumi has Shinjo, and we've learned from her in the episode where we found out about her boyfriend. She worries about her brother all the time.
All the time.
Like when he goes out into the field doing, like field work, she's afraid he's never gonna come back again.
Yeah, and she even asked Yasumi, it's like, don't you have anyone to like protect, to fight for? And he's like, well, what the hell does that have to do with anything? And I'm just like, that's the wrong answer, dude. Like, you should always have someone to protect. So then, like, the critter attacks again. Yeah. And this time they, like, go on full force. They have the Guts Wings on, out, the Arc Desi deployed. And so then just...
Like, there's just rubble everywhere.
And just, Yasumi, something strikes with him, and he just goes out to fight.
Come get me, you son of a bitch.
And then, like, Gar was laughing because there's a point where, like, Yasumi's, like, in some rubble, and then Kunikata just goes, like, Wah!
Yeah, he freaking dodge rolls into the scene.
And then, like, they're like, alright, let's go! And then, like, you see Yasumi just, like, leap out into the thing, but then just Kunikata just goes, Wah! And just
Kunikata just like, jumps over it.
I was like, you didn't need to do that, dude.
Is this a game of paintball?
So then, finally... Tiga goes Tiga, because, like, I was complaining at first, like, why they just didn't do Tiga in the first place, but then Gar was like, well, no, he only has, like, 3 minutes, so...
I consider Ultraman being...
a last resort.
Yeah, like, last resort, there's nothing else we can do.
Nothing else we can do.
Like, it's, like, at the very bottom of the page, being like, if there's nothing else you could possibly do with your equipment, go Ultraman.
Yeah, go Ultraman.
Which he kind of did a cute thing. He's like, Tiga, what am I supposed to do? Answer me. And like he lifts up his spark lens and he's like, Tiga! Like he transforms. Like,
yeah, like they actually yelled at Tiga!
It's funny because later on everyone's gonna be like, Dinah, Gaia, Cosmo! Gaia! Baby ass! That was a trend for a while. Everyone's shouting their names.
Yeah, I like that. That's cool. So yeah, Tiga's fighting the Shell Beast and fucking does a thing where like he grabs onto the Shell Beast and then he like increases his body temperature. He gets like really, really, really hot. And you just see like the Shell Beast is like foaming at the mouth and then just blows up!
Tiga
blows him to fucking pieces like right in front of him, and I was like, holy shit.
I didn't know Ultraman Tiga learned the Kaioken.
Yeah, I didn't realize he had the ability to fucking raise his body temperature, so I was like, I swear to God, every fucking episode Tiga has a new technique.
What we need to do, you can teleport.
He can become really, really hot and...
But, it was cute how Tiga was thinking as Ultraman Tiga, like, oh, I'm, like, he's fighting because everyone else is doing their best right now, so I need to finish you off so that we can keep moving forward.
Yeah.
Also, apparently, there have been some TPC workers Still working on the translation of the time capsule from the very first episode.
Yeah, and they only got 2 words translated: light and brightness. And
Or like one word, basically, it could either mean light or brightness.
yeah, and Daigo just goes, "You didn't learn anything else, right? That's it." And she's like, "Yeah, that's all we had to. All we were able to get so far, like since this, like the time we found the capsule." And he's like, "Oh, thank God." So like,
I think it's safe to say it's been like a few months now, show wise.
yeah, almost. Probably like half a year, I'd say.
Yeah, like half a year.
But yeah, so like that's interesting that they've been just still researching on the message and trying to translate it, even though Daigo's already fucking heard it because like the message is about him.
Daigo is light and the light is Daigo.
So now if they find out that whole message, then Daigo's fucked.
Daigo, you're fired.
But I'm Ultraman Tiga. Since you're out, I don't care.
I don't care. We don't want you to get hurt.
So then the space amoebas decide to fuck off because they're like, oh well, our time here's done. So you just see all of them flying off of Earth
and apparently we'll never see them again. Hopefully. Well, how many times do we have to teach you this lesson?
But just yeah, this was an overall really good episode, and like it ended with like Yasumi, Mayumi like drops some stuff, and Yasumi like goes to like help her up, and then like just kind of she goes like thank you, and he's like like smiles at it, and then this ends with them like holding hands, and I'm like oh, so I think that's like the kind of the blossom of
the start,
a new relationship.
Yeah, the start of a new relationship.
So yay, love.
And then you just have Shinjo probably gonna be like, no, but no.
Did you? Yeah.
Yeah. I said no.
No. Shoots him.
Still loving the Tiga dub though. I know you're too old to be living at home.
But no, good episode.
Mm-hmm.
It was just like it felt like very serious, and the tone was really good, and like just a lot of action. I like that it started off with like just a kaiju attack. So
yeah, that was a different change of pace.
We started, we're like, did we miss something?
Yeah,
Part 2?
The VLC just kind of skipped.
Imagine it did.
I would not doubt it.
But no. On to some Gridman.
Gridman.
Denkou, Choujin. Gridman. Baby dun dun, baby dun dun. Gridman.
So episode 22, Revival Dinosaur King. So
I'm a dinosaur.
It's about dinosaurs, and so like the whole premise is they have the Dragon Fortress now, but like Ippei's like Ippei and Naruto are like, hey, what if we like make it like a dinosaur robot? So they're fiddling around with it, and they're like, yeah, we'll call it like the Dino King or like Dino Dragon. And so basically Takashi's thing is he just thinks dinosaurs are stupid or something, and so he's like, oh, I'm gonna fuck with the college database and like change the T-Rex to look really stupid.
Okay, so according to this, Jurassic Park came out on June 9th, 1993. These episodes came out in September of 1993. So I have a feeling
Jurassic Park was a fucking huge thing at the time, man.
I'm guessing this is heavily because of Jurassic Park.
Yeah, for no fucking doubt.
It's Jurassic Park. It's a giant park.
Yeah, so he like switches the dinosaur around, and like Naruto and Ippei are just like, what the fuck? And
oh yeah, he hacks into like the college database.
Yeah, and changes the data around. And so
Turns
then they go
panda.
down to the excavation site where they like discovered a new fossil. And so, like, this professor's showing them around, and, so they have, like, a computer database, and so they're like, oh, well, the data we found was wrong, and, like, the guy's like, oh, don't worry, we have a backup of it. Just recreate it.
Well, yeah, it makes sense. You write it down, then add it onto the internet.
Yeah, so they did. So, Takashi, he makes, he redoes the Steel Monster Neo Metalus.
Well, he redoes Metalus as Neo Metalus.
Neo Metalus.
In which its color scheme heavily reminds me of Ultraman Rube.
Yeah.
A bit with the gold, silver, and
Black.
The black and the blue.
Mm.
It's like if Rube had a monster form in a sense.
So pretty much what this guy does is there's like a shovel arm machine that's like helping like dig like the fossil out of the site or whatever like that out of the ground, and Neo Metalist or whatever, he destroys shit and like hacks the machine so that like it just kind of goes off on its own, and like Takashi's like, oh, you use it and it'll destroy the fossil, and then they won't have fossils because dinosaurs are stupid.
Yeah, because the vehicle is being controlled by the computer.
Yeah.
So it's like Killdozer.
So they're like trying to fight it or trying to stop it, and you just see like they keep climbing on. The footage is sped up of it moving around, and it looks so dumb, especially when the people are on it.
Because heavy duty machine, they don't move that fast.
No, so they have to speed up, but then you see like the person on it trying to like stop it, and it's like yeah, and so they can't get into it. And then like Yuka and Naoto are trapped, and then it's just like a moment where like
it's not that they're trapped; it's just they're kind of far away from Ippei's place. By this point,
so they can't get to Gridman, get to Junk, and so then like Ippei thinks the idea. Well, what if we like contact Naoto through another computer, and he goes through the computer world to get to you to transform, and Gridman's
but he could be lost.
And it's like Gridman's like, well, it could work. It's just gonna use a lot of energy. So he like does it, and Naoto like gets sucked in the computer because he does access flash, and you just see him fly, and then we get like the stupid silly transformation again, where he's like freezes into him. So it works, and it was kind of cute. You can kind of see like Yuka and Naoto kind of have like a little thing.
Why can't I have that?
So Gridman goes in, he starts fighting them, getting his ass kicked as per usual.
Because we've already established Gridman's not that good of a fighter.
No. He looks cool.
Yeah, he looks cool, but you're fucking useless.
Yeah. So they finish the Dino Dragon, and they transform it into it, and it's pretty cool. It's big.
It's
you can
huge.
totally tell it's based a bit around the T-Rex sword from Zyuranger.
No, this only aired 1 year after Zyuranger. And, it came out the same year as a certain other kaiju that made its return. Oh, now that I'm thinking about it, I think that movie came out, like, a year before.
So yeah, it's fucking huge, and so like Gridman and Dino Dragon are able to like fucking kick its ass, and like I love that Gridman like tosses his like Metalist around like a fucking rag doll, and Dino Dragon just like fucking blows it up, and it's like, yeah, we based it off like a real T-Rex, and starts breathing fire. I'm like, yeah, I remember when T-Rexes could breathe fire and fucking.
But like they also refer to him as the king of the dinosaurs, and like it breathes fire. I'm like, are you sure you didn't confuse him with Godzilla?
I am Reptar, king of dinosaurs.
Could that honestly have been the joke?
What?
That Godzilla is considered just a fictional character in the Gridman universe, the Gridman lore.
That might be a thing. So yeah, so they destroy him. And like it stops the shovel machine just in time to not hit the fossil, and then. I like Naoto goes to like run up to Yuka, and I'm like, oh come on, like hug. Just give each other a thumbs up, and I'm like, oh come on!
Oh come on!
Like there's a spark there. Fucking ignite that spark. And so Takashi's like, damn it, fucking Gridman. Look at the little brother cry.
Yeah, Takashi would tell. Takashi or Takara?
It's Takashi.
Yeah, Takashi.
You did my fucking fuck up.
No, it's very similar name.
Yeah, I know.
He would be the perfect little brother crying. He's not even the little brother.
I did that in front of Kevin, and he thought it was fucking hilarious. He's like, yeah, no, that's totally what fucking little brothers do. Shh, don't tell mom. Shut up! And he like smacks him even harder. Shut up!
Shit, I heard that.
That's so funny.
But then we also get episode.
Don't make your little brothers cry, people.
Then we also have episode 23, Assassination
A
of
thunderclap in hell. Wow, what a fucking name.
Thunderclap. Thunderclaps are on the loose. Alien cheeks are moving. Just everyone at the Area 51 raid. Sorry, the Area 51 gathering. Fucking only 20 people show up. Fucking bullshit.
Fucking bullshit.
I wish those photos were real. With the thousands
Fucking
of people.
bullshit.
But, nothing else really happened. It's just Naruto sprained his
arm, like, because they were trying to like find like a because the power's been going out in like the area, so they're just like, what if like you're in the middle of transforming to Gridman and like turning into Gridman, and then like you guys get lost, and then they like imagine the scene happening.
Extreme close up.
Whoa! So they're like, well, at the hospital, like they always had backup generators in case the power actually goes out. So they're like, okay, we'll make our own like backup generator, and so it's just a bunch of electrical conductors with a bike, and so like Ippei or Naruto has to like pedal the bike to like give it power,
which is bizarre, but okay.
And then like, so Naruto accidentally gets like the bicycle knocked off its like pedestal, and then he goes forward, falls on his arm, and he like sprains his forearm. And so then like Takashi's working on like freaking Condigifires, just like make a new fucking kaiju. Jesus Christ.
Sad part is, it's not even a new kaiju.
Oh, it isn't?
No, it's a mechanized kaiju.
Fucking goddamn.
I think what he meant was, yo, make a new kaiju so that we can just straight up kill Gridman already.
Just kill Gridman. He's like, okay.
Just straight up kill him. You know, I don't like his grid thing anymore. I have to put up for another 16 more episodes. What kind of bullshit is this?
So, oh god, let's train thought for a second.
He sprains his arm.
Yeah, sprains his arm. So then, like, it's interesting, like, Kaiju starts attacking, and, like, you know, the power is, like, going out, because, like, Takashi's like, power's out, fucking hate when power goes out. Like, fuck, he has the worst excuses to fucking do shit. So, they go to Gridman, and it's like, oh, like, now it's his arm sprained, so, like, he might not be able to fight as well as Gridman. So then, the thing that I was actually wanting to happen, kinda happened, like, it was teased. Ippei's like, well, Gridman, what if can I do it? Can I, like, join with you? And he's like, no, because only my Naruto's hearts are one. So, like, only I can work with Naruto.
That I cannot do. Bullshit! Listen, I don't make the rules. Then who does? Hi.
So, with that, Naruto's like, okay, fine, I'll do it, whatever, I'll just go through. So when he does his access flash, we were hoping he'd, like, accidentally hit his arm, and he'd be like,
Or he can't even lift his arm up because it just hurts him.
Yeah. So he transforms into Gridman, and so, like, the power starts fluctuating, so Ippei has to, like, go on the bike to, like, keep the power going. And just, like, you could tell, like, after a few minutes, he's just, like, fucking exhausted, and then they're like,
yeah, he's wearing jeans while riding a bike.
Yeah, and like he gets so tired, and Yuki's like, no, you can't fucking give up, like we're doing this.
Like
and
the bike starts to fall apart, like the wheel, like not the pedal falls off. He's like, oh shit.
Yeah, so he has to go fix the pedal, and then like they're worried about it like happening where like, you know, oh, he gets lost in the computer world. And then like they summon the Dino Dragon, and like, no, they do it.
Fuck shit up.
Yeah, they fuck shit up.
Mr. Gridman, the new kaiju would like to see you. Oh, don't worry, we're doing it in pairs. We're here to fuck shit up.
And yeah, so then Ippei's like, oh, I can do this! Ah! And, like, he pedals the bike faster, and then, like, they're able to defeat him. Power goes back on in time, and they're like, yay! And like that's it. They're like this episode was kind of very lackluster. It was just the premise was like, oh, the power's going out.
I kind of feel this would be more of like a good Sentai concept, like or like a Power Ranger type of thing, or like if one of the Rangers got injured, one of them would have to fill their place until they got better. Like say like the Red Ranger got injured, and then like the other Rangers have to think of like, well, who would be the next in line to be leader if something worse happened?
Billy would be.
I don't think Billy would be next in line.
Billy would be amazing. Ugh.
Tyrannosaurus.
So probably out of the 2 episodes of Gridman, I'd probably say episode 22 was better.
22 was a bit better simply just for it being more
About dinosaurs.
dinosaurs.
I'm a dinosaur.
Kaiju looked a lot better. Like
I'm a Gridman.
like Mechagenrodon was alright, but just
It's too big, too bulky.
yeah, it was just one of those designs that's just so bulky. Gridman literally climbed up on him.
Yeah.
We also noticed that the background music for Gridman would totally be a talk show host.
Dun, 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 dun. Now your host, Go Rigger! Hey!
So Trump this weekend, am I right?
Whoa. Not getting into politics on Ultra.
No. So Toei Company, am I right?
Am I right?
What haven't they done right now?
I don't know, I just like, and Takashi's just been kind of very, like, he's been too much in, like, his home lately. It's like, since the art episode, he hasn't really gone outside of his house, which I kind of hate.
I was just thinking, do you even go to school?
He does go to school. He
What
he thinks he's so fucking, they're out of town, they're overseas.
Like, it just, do something.
Do something.
Do something.
Yeah, so I'm kind of hoping we have like a bit more sillier episodes of Gridman, because like I like the episodes when like the parents are involved.
What is my life?
Well, the parents are more enjoyable as characters sometimes. So like the workout episode where like they're all in the machines and they're just like
I can't get out.
fucking die, and then they just can't move. Like that's funny when you involve like the other side characters. It's fun.
Oh, it's so funny.
Yikes. So yes, that was episode 104 of Kaiju Sentai Ultraranger.
I don't know.
Well, you'll think of something. But anyways, yeah, we got the thumbnail, so that shot of Yasumi was back to the camera with Will Smith just going, his name is Yasumi. It's there! I know his fucking name now. His name's Yasumi.
You remember his name?
Yasumi, Hori, Kunakata, Reina, Daigo, Shinjo, and Iruma.
Captain Iruma.
Yeah, Captain Iruma. Commander Iruma.
No.
There's Deputy Commander
No.
Kunakata.
Yeah, he's commander. She's captain.
Well, the subtitles kept saying Deputy Commander.
Well, they can go suck a lemon.
Whoa.
But that doesn't answer the question, though. Are we biased about Ultraman?
Maybe.
I don't know.
For me, I'm not. Just because, like, you know, in things I love, I can not like things in things I love. So, like, you know, you always find flaws in the show. So, like, Tiga, I haven't been like, oh my gosh, this is the greatest fucking Ultraman series ever. Like, Gene? Fuck Gene. But, like, even Gene had its problems, but, like, overall, Gene was just a fun show because the characters were fun. And, like, you know, he was the son of Belial, and Belial was in it, and Zero was in it. She had a lot of good things going for it. That's why I'm buying the series on Blu-ray. Yeah. Who knows, Gar? Maybe one of the other Showa era Ultraman, you'll just be like, eh.
Oh, this is garbage. No.
Who knows? You might hate Return of Ultraman or something like that.
Why do I feel I'm not gonna like Taro?
You want to like Taro?
Yeah. Anyway, schwa for now, everyone.
Schwa for now.